What is your American dream?
My American dream is to have a combination of living in an urban environment with a lot of culture and beautiful things, but also being able to be around nature.
As someone who's not a Native American, the dream was to come here and do art and be creative and do it at a high level and have it seen by everyone out there, and it's definitely coming true.
I just want to do what I love and be able to make a living off of that.
American dream, it's like free, like everybody free, and then everybody friendly.
The American dream was to just come to the United States for a better and greener pastures, and I did achieve that.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! All right, it's nice and in there. Okay, lick it. Okay. Oh, all that envelope glue. I'm getting woozy. Oh, hello, everybody. Groundhog Sam here. I'm just helping Belgium Kim out with all the t-shirts we have to send out. Gotten a whole bunch done, but I got a whole bunch more to do. A groundhog's work is never done. I'm definitely getting woozy from the envelope glue. You also might get some groundhog fur in your envelopes. It's very sticky. Anyway, did you miss yesterday's episode of Bradshaw Live? Well, in case you did, Anna Escona, our Miami field correspondent, discussed in another installment of That Just Doesn't Make Any Sense how the Trump administration is trying to denaturalize certain citizens if they committed a crime, not a very serious crime either, before they became actual citizens. Very, very concerning for many, many people, and Brad had a lot to say about this subject as well. We also had tons of calls yesterday. It's so much fun to watch Brad answering everybody's legal immigration questions. He knows his stuff. Yes, he does. Anyway, what's on today's show? You'll just have to watch and find out. Enjoy. Okay, back to work. Don't worry, Kimmy. I've got you covered. Groundhog Sam at your service. Yeah. Okay.
All righty, how's everybody? Happy Thursday. We need a different name. We have Hump Day Wednesday. We don't know what Throwback Thursday, but We're not throwing anything back. We are absolutely live. Welcome everybody on the Brad Squad. Welcome, Belgium Kim.
Hello, thank you, Brad.
And it looks like Groundhog Sam picked a bad week to stop sniffing glue.
Yes. Yeah, he went from sniffing to licking.
Yes.
It's a gateway drug.
Yes,
Don't do
exactly. Don't sniff glue. It's not good for you. All right, and Tamika Wellington. Is she new?
I don't think so.
Is that Kevin's last name?
I think it might, yeah.
Is Wellington, is it Kevin Wellington and Tamika Nelson?
Wellington is her maiden, I believe.
Oh, Nelson,
I believe
is,
Nelson
Kevin's.
is Kevin's name.
Ah, welcome. Furo Vlogs, hello on YouTube. Terry Ann Carby, hello. Fox Racing saying hi to the Brad Squad. Danny Contreras saying hello. Kool-Aid coming in every day. Anna Tomarevsky down in Brazil.
Yes.
How you doing, Anna? Carlos Estrella in Dominican Republic. Dominic Carter, I don't know where Dominic's from, but he says, hey, y'all. And on Facebook, we have Abigail Taylor Watson saying, here she is. Dionne Watson. Tamika Nelson, who's also known as Tamika Wellington, watching on both Lisa Bling Rose, Clyde Bernard, Rog J. Roberts. Did you speak to Rog J. today and get him his $10 Dunkin' Donuts card?
I have not spoken to Rog J. I'm sorry, Rog J. I'll reach out to you as soon as the show's over today.
Yesterday, Rog J. won $10 Dunkin' Donuts card because he bet against the entire Brad Squad.
He sure did.
And said he bet that don't come, which is in the craps, that they were going to crap out before they hit the number.
Right.
And the number to hit before the crap out was 600 shares.
Yep.
Brad Squad did not do it. Rog J. Roberts bet against the Brad Squad, and he won the $10 Dunkin' Donuts gift card. So, Belgium Kim, can you please get in touch with Rog J. Roberts?
I sure will.
And make sure that he gets his coffee, cold or hot,
However he wants it.
and his sugar or marble donut. And that's about all. The $10 will get you
I
there.
was gonna say.
Right. Dion Watson, how are you? Christy Consali, Marjorie Thompson, how you doing? Jeff Bossy. We have known him. We have known him all three different ways. I don't know which way it goes.
I don't know. I think all of the ways.
He goes all ways.
He goes always. He's
I don't
very
know.
versatile.
Well, he's apparently married, so I don't know if he goes always, but maybe he does. You never know.
See, Thursday is really post-hump day.
Post-hump
It's the
day,
hump day
maybe. You
debrief.
don't know, right? It's the hump day debrief. Yeah, it's funny. Patrona Collins, Tanette Sobless, Robinson, Maria Loban, Martin, Abigail Taylor, we said hello to already. Jella Shauna popping in. Anna Tomarevsky watching on both feeds.
Yes, she is.
Yes, Dion Watson, and a lot of people. Sophia Gray, Cece Mitchell, Marge Higgs, Glamour. Who else we got here? Annie Palmer saying hello. Brad, Kim, Yo-Yo's not here. He'll be back on Monday. He had something more important to do, like, I don't know, Grand Hustle.
Fancy Yo-Yo.
Fancy Yo-Yo, like, has to, like, be on a real TV show.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, we're not real enough?
No, apparently not.
I don't get it.
But watch Grand Hustle. You will see him on tonight. So that's what he's up to. Ma Dukes, Lisa Bling Rose, Kamisha Theowell, Carol Anderson the Tiger popping in. Cordella Douglas saying hello. And Burke Madera claiming she's here.
Did you see what Grandma said?
No.
Am I chopped liver?
I said Marge.
I thought you did too.
I did.
Grandma.
Gotta
listen.
Yeah,
turn that hearing aid up.
Just don't call her out with a hearing aid. She doesn't have any hearing aids. Come on. And
We're being
back on
drowned out.
Facebook, KB says, bless up peeps. Good evening. Terry Ann Carby waiting for the best daytime show. Wow.
Daytime?
Daytime. Well, it depends where she is.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
This is drive time.
Why do you qualify the time of day?
Well,
Best show.
maybe she has a favorite nighttime show as well.
Oh, well, we can't.
It's called The Grand Hustle on BET at 10 o'clock. So.
It's very benevolent of you, Brad.
Yes.
Very benevolent.
Yes. How many on the Brad squad watch Yo-Yo on Grand Hustle? How many do you think actually watch him? And are they surprised? And I wonder if they're surprised. Mm-hmm. And you can leave a comment.
Yeah.
Because it's on tonight. I wonder if you're surprised at Yo-Yo's personality on Grand Hustle reality show versus Yo-Yo here. Or it's a different person. Do you think it's a different person? It's Jonathan there and Yo-Yo here.
Oh,
I
that's
wonder.
Interesting.
I wonder if you say, oh my God, it's two different people, or it's the same. See, I know him, so to me it's the same.
I was just about to say that,
but I don't
think
know.
that's the difference.
I don't know.
That could be the difference, that we know him.
Yeah. Marge says the hearing aids need batteries, apparently.
Yeah.
Yes. And Burke Madera is always here, but on vacation until September 1st. Where's she vacationing, Burke?
Oh my God, Burke.
She's watching from the beach.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Is she watching from under like a coconut tree with like a rum punch or something?
Ooh.
Or a palm tree?
That's where we should be doing the show from
or
right
a palm
now, Brad.
tree, maybe?
Yeah.
From under the coconut tree or under the palm tree?
Either. On a beach.
You would take either coconut or palm.
I would. I'm not high maintenance, Brad.
Yeah.
I'm very low maintenance. I just need a beach, a coconut beverage.
Abigail says Yo-Yo more forceful on the show. Which show are you referring to? Is Brad show live or on Grand Hustle?
Yeah, Sue Wong Wong said she's been watching, but his personality doesn't really change. I kind of agree. Yo-Yo's Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo is a yo-yo, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, Burke Madera, on the beach in Delaware, there's no coconuts there.
No coconuts in
Delaware, I can
or
tell you
palm
that.
trees.
Right, there could be palm trees. You never know.
That's true. You can bring them in anywhere.
Bring them in anywhere, but I can tell you there's no coconuts.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yes. People love coconuts. People love coconut juice.
Like drinking out of a
coconut milk, drinking out of... There's nothing more that says, I'm on vacation.
Yes.
Then you have a coconut and a straw and a little stupid umbrella.
Yep.
And alcohol in the coconut.
But is it a vacation if you don't Instagram the coconut in front of the ocean with the ocean in the background? I don't even think it's vacation.
It is a vacation, but nobody knows you're on vacation without that.
Do you like coconut water, Brad?
I do.
Oh, I cannot. I find it tastes like
Do
dirty
you
socks.
like coconut milk?
Yes, I love
Right.
coconut.
I actually put coconut milk in my iced coffee now instead, or almond milk. I'll take either one rather than regular milk because I think regular milk hurts your stomach after
It
a while.
does. It's like a little.
Yeah. I'm against cow milk now.
Yeah.
I am totally against cow milk.
I'm currently switching to oat milk. I've been lactose free for a while, but I'm switching to oat milk. This is fascinating. What kind of milks do Brad and Belgium Kim drink?
Oh, by the way, I just want you to know, Marge.
Yeah.
Okay. Is really not very confident in Yo-Yo's ability.
I see
She
that.
said she was watching, and she's surprised he's still on the show. Thought he would have been kicked off weeks ago.
Damn, Grandma. That is, yeah. That hurts. Not Jonathan's a hustler. I feel like I have no idea how long, because he can't tell us anything. But I feel like Jonathan's kind of killing the game a little bit.
All right, so
I disagree with him.
Jeff is not in the best of moods.
Why is Jeff not in a good mood?
Come on, Jeff. What's wrong?
But
What happened? You can't, by the way, Jeff, you can't just say, I'm listening, I'm not in the best of moods, and then just throw it out there and not say what the problem is. That's what the call-in show is for. You call in with your problems.
exactly.
We'll solve them.
And he says, but do know I love you all. We love you too. That's why we want to help.
Do we have to do a ratified marriage with Jeff and his wife?
Would that solve anything?
We would just determine whether they share the same bed or not.
Whether they're married for
They're
real.
married for real or not. I don't know if that'll solve his problems.
I don't know what his problems are, but we can find out whether you and your wife are really married.
Correct. You like that, right?
That's really funny, Brad.
Yeah. He's like, forget it. I'm not watching this show anymore. You guys are idiots. All right. 1-800-529-5465. If you go to our Instagram page, you'll see me with a relatively full head of hair.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A relatively full head of hair.
Relatively.
We have a throwback Thursday from about 15 years ago.
Yes.
Right.
It was first posted on YouTube 8 years ago.
But it's probably
But it's
much
way
older.
older than that because that's
Yeah.
when we started our YouTube.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm
but
thinking 15.
they're at least 15 years
16,
ago.
yeah.
And somebody called into the radio show.
Right.
And they said, I live in Boston and my husband's moving to New York.
Right.
Could I file an adjustment application? And what do you think I said?
I think you said something along like, sure, you can always file, but you're going to have to show that you have a bona fide marriage.
And you live together.
And you live together.
Right. And then I said to Kim, you see how as many things change.
Yeah.
Okay. We had, crazy George Bush.
Yes.
Then we had Barack Obama. Then
Yeah.
an orange dude.
Yeah.
And this was probably done during the crazy George Bush era, this video.
Right.
I don't know when exactly.
Yep.
And the more things change, the more things stay the same. We're saying the same thing 20 years later.
Exactly.
Right? You got to live together.
Exactly. Things have not changed that drastically, apparently.
Yeah, so if you go to our Instagram page at Brad Show Live on Instagram, you can check out our Throwback Thursday from about 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. You'll see me. I have less wrinkles, a thinner face,
Yes.
a thicker head of hair,
Yeah.
and the same exact answer.
We were commenting how different your voice sounds.
My voice sounds
Your
different?
voice sounds really different.
How is it different?
I don't know. Maybe
I have
it's the
to go
mic or
listen.
the audio, but I felt like it was.
I sounded more like a boy back then. I sound more like a man now.
I think it's your sexy
or-
manly virility that's come out.
Or was I very manly back then, but now I'm an elderly, frail man?
Definitely more manly now.
More manly now.
More manly now. Peak virility right now, I would say.
Yes, yes. My testosterone is flying
It's
through my
never
body.
been higher.
Never been higher in my life. Whatever that means. I actually have no idea.
No, but I don't know exactly how, but I can't describe how. But
Yeah?
it was different.
Really?
I want everybody to go check out our Instagram, Bradshaw Live, at the end of the show. and
So
tell us.
what are we going to do about a share game today? I assume J. Roberts is going to bet the don't come, right? That he's not going. Why is it? It's a craps.
Every time it makes me giggle.
Why should it make you giggle?
Because I'm
He's going to bet the don't come. All right. So he's going to bet against Bradshaw Live, I'm sure.
right.
All right. And there's going to be a lot of Brad Squad members who wanna win the game.
Right. Yes.
All right. So we are going to do it again.
Yeah.
$100 worth of
Gift cards.
gift cards to either Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, your choice. We're going to give 10 out. But we have to reach 75 million shares on Facebook. That's right. We can do it.
Wow.
We can definitely do it. 75 million shares. If everybody watching right now were just to share 2 million times, we would reach it very fast.
Yeah, it's just an easy 2 million
It's an
times,
easy
you guys.
2 million times each.
Oh, God.
Come on, didn't you just share yesterday like a million? It was like nothing, right?
So easy. I got
easy.
done in less than a
Yes,
million seconds.
That's right. Kim said, I basically shared to everybody in the entire country of Liechtenstein
and
Norway.
Belgium.
And Belgium. Everybody who has a Facebook page in Belgium, Liechtenstein, and Norway got shared immediately. Do you know there are, I was told, I don't know if this is true or not.
Okay.
I was told by a Jamaican
Yeah.
that there are more Jamaicans living outside of Jamaica than living in Jamaica.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's like 6 million Jamaicans living in the United States, and that's more than Jamaicans actually living in the island of Jamaica. Can you Google that?
That's
And if that's the
exactly.
case, I'm going to change the number from 75 million just share to the 6 million Jamaicans.
You said there's about 6 million Jamaicans
That's
in
what I
the
was
United
told.
States.
And there's less in the island of Jamaica.
If the 6 million number is right, it's vastly smaller. There are 2.8 million people living on the island of Jamaica.
And I was told 6 million in America.
Wow, that's like there's.
I don't know that
have
for a
almost-
fact. That's why people from Jamaica say wherever you go, you always meet a Jamaican.
That's true. I do meet an incredible amount
Right.
of Jamaicans in the city. Love you guys.
All right, Marge says she's trying to negotiate down to 650 shares
From 75
from
million?
75 million. And she says she wants an all paid expense family fun day in a Caribbean country.
Okay. Now we're getting a little extra, Brad Squad.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, okay, we were being funny with the 75 million.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's nothing funny about Brad Show sending the entire Brad Squad on a family
fun
fun
day.
day in the Caribbean
In the Caribbean.
without us being
I
there
was just
too.
about to say, unless we're there.
And Marge sends us.
Cece Mitchell said for 75 million shares means we all get $100 each on the gift card.
Yes.
Now that
I would do that.
That is
That's
more.
a good deal. That's a pretty good deal.
You should take that deal,
Yeah,
Brad.
I'll take that deal. All right, 650 shares
Yep.
gets you 10 gift cards. Mm-hmm. We will, tomorrow, if we get it,
Yeah.
we will, and we're going to make it 50 views on YouTube.
50 views on
50
YouTube. We've even
consecutive
had
views
that
on YouTube.
before.
We've had that before. 50 consecutive views on YouTube, 650 shares, and J. Roberts betting against the squad once again. The probability of getting even 600 shares, he said, is less than how many zeros is that? About 10 zeros and a 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't do it for me.
No.
Do it for your own pride.
Do it to prove J. wrong.
J has proven you wrong yesterday.
Yep.
You can't be proven wrong twice.
Not twice.
600 shares, not even 650. J lowered the
Exactly.
bid. So we'll make it 600 shares, and we will have Tamika Nelson is angry now.
She's like, how did J become the arbiter of the shares?
I don't know, but he's Mr. Negative.
Right, he's a pessimist.
He's a pessimist. So J is bet against the squad.
Yep.
He's just keep betting against it and getting his $10. Mm-hmm. The squad, versus Rogjay.
Rogjay's gonna end up having $1,000 worth of Dunkin'
Oh,
Donuts.
well, the
gift
squad better
cards.
do something about it really fast.
Yeah, you guys
All
don't
right.
let him make a fool out of
Right,
you.
By
Come
the
on.
way, in another week they're gonna be burning down Rogjay's house. It could be in the New York Post, like crazy mob burns down Rogjay Roberts' house.
We do not condone
We don't
any
condone
violence.
any violence of burning down anybody's
Rogjay.
home. But I want you to know he's betting against you. He is betting against you again. He won yesterday. Don't let him win twice. 600 shares. And tomorrow we will either spin a wheel or pick out of a hat or something. Those people who, but you have to make 2 comments today.
Yep.
And you will be included on our contest tomorrow. But we got to hit 600 shares
We do.
on Facebook and 50 consecutive views. Belgium Kim, tell them how to share. Tell them what they're going to get behind door number 1. And there's no door number 2 or 3.
What you're going to do is you're going to hit that little arrow. It's at the bottom or the top of your screen, depending on your device. You're going to hit it. You are going to write a little message like, yo, greatest show ever. You have to watch this now. And you're going to post that on your timeline, on your friends' timelines, your neighbor's timeline, your teacher's timeline. You're going to put it in groups to which you're a member. You can even copy the link and paste it into people's DMs. You can share it however you want. You just need to share it 600 times. If you guys share it 600 times, you will be entered into a drawing for one of 10 Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks gift card that we will draw tomorrow.
By the way, on YouTube, Anna Tomarevsky, you can share to any group in the world.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Brazil,
Yep.
and she shared to her Orchard group in India. And there's a man in India watching right now, and he's enjoying our show.
And do you see? An orchard group.
Correct.
I want everyone going to all of your orchard groups right now.
Flowers,
Yeah.
food,
Yep.
sports, entertainment. You can share to anybody you want.
Yep.
Doesn't have to be an immigration.
Absolutely not.
Doesn't have to be a law thing. It could be to share to anything.
Yeah,
The
everyone.
one,
has
the
an
one place
appreciation.
we will not allow you to share anymore is Brad Show Squad.
That's cheating.
That's cheating.
That's cheating. Also,
Don't share to my personal page.
I am in a group message with a bunch of you Brad Squatters. Don't be sharing to that same group message every day. We're all watching.
That's right. We are going to discount those
Yeah,
shares.
-3.
-3, right. Don't make Kim start yelling angry French words at you.
Nom de Dieu,
Yes.
Sainte Mère de Dieu.
Yes.
See,
Sounds so angry when you do
It
that.
can get very
Yes.
angry.
French get very angry when they right?
You know I can be feisty, Brad.
Yes.
Just you wait. You haven't gotten the in French wrath yet.
Marge has said she has shared 97 times already.
Grandma, how have you shared 97 times already?
Don't forget, on YouTube, we got to hit 50 views.
And we got to hit 50 views on YouTube.
Yes. All right, so let's do some schmoozing, Kim.
Let's schmooze, Brad.
All right, so today
Yeah.
on Fox and Friends, my favorite show.
Your favorite of all time.
No, I've actually never watched it. But I hear what goes on every so
I was
often.
going to say today was the first day.
Yeah, President Trump went on. That's President Trump's favorite show. So it can't possibly be my favorite show. He said if he ever gets impeached,
Yeah,
because now he's thinking he's going to get impeached.
of course.
He says, I think the market would crash. I think everybody would be very poor. He's trying to scare the hell out of
God.
everybody now. Okay? As a matter of fact, somebody told that to me today, and I was on the phone with them, and they said, Brad, do you think Trump's going to get impeached? And I said, absolutely. I said, unless somehow, some way, the Republicans just score a huge victory in the midterm elections, which I don't foresee happening. Watch, they're all going to run for the hills. They're starting to already. You're going to see Republicans who are running for Congress in very tight races not attaching themselves to Trump.
Yep.
They'll say things like, let Mueller complete his report. Let Mueller complete his investigation. If Trump did something wrong, he should be impeached. You're going to start hearing Republicans say that.
Yep.
Because they're going to start hedging their bets. And then you saw today, or maybe somebody saw today, I saw today, Jeff Sessions came out. Trump has been basically smacking him on Twitter every day.
Relentlessly.
Hasn't said a word.
Nothing.
Because Trump was very powerful.
Right.
Until today.
Really?
He says, you know, I'm paraphrasing. He said, you know, the Justice Department. What are you gonna?
Next card. You have the exact quote if you would like.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
This is how we are prepared here. He said, President Trump actually said, okay, we have it here. I didn't even know this. I was just talking about this. All right. He says about Jeff Sessions,
Yeah.
I put an attorney general that never took control of the Justice Department. Jeff Sessions never took control of the Justice Department, and sort of an incredible thing. What kind of man is this? And Jeff Sessions shot right back. First time ever.
First time.
That little weasel.
Yep.
Look at that. Look, he can't even, if you see the picture of Jeff Sessions, he's so tiny. He can barely get over the podium. No, go back to the other one. Look at how big the podium is compared to him.
It's always just his little head
Yeah, it's just
peeking
his
out.
little head poking out. I mean, I think like if we put Groundhog Sam and Jeff Sessions like in the boxing ring, that would be like, they'd be like this. Come back to me. They would be like this. They'd be like this in the boxing ring. Come back to me. Come back to me. They would be like, right? Like their little
Like little
hands going
T-Rex
like this.
is like what teeny
Right?
tiny little
So anyway,
arms.
Jeff Sessions says, while I'm the Attorney General, the actions of the Department of Justice will not be improperly influenced by political considerations.
Yes.
It's the first time he's ever said anything about for 2 years, Donald Trump says you suck. You're the worst. You're horrible. You're a disgrace to attorney generals. You're disloyal. He's called him every name in the book.
Yep. And now he needs
Interesting that the day after, now all of a sudden, what is he saying? Oh, we're going to do the right thing, Mr. Trump.
Right.
Right? So Trump is starting to lose it a
I
little
think
bit.
he's starting to shake a little bit.
And so somebody said to me, Brad, you think Trump's going to be impeached? And I said, absolutely, he's going to be impeached. He absolutely will be impeached. You think that he hasn't provided 30 years of tax returns for no reason whatsoever, just because he wants his privacy?
Exactly.
Okay? I bet you, and this is my conjecture, okay, Manafort's going to jail for 20 years because he hid $60 million in income abroad.
Right.
Okay? Trump has hotels and buildings all over the world. You're telling me in the last 30 years, Trump hasn't hid money in another
Anywhere?
country and didn't pay U.S. taxes on it?
Exactly.
He knows he did. That's my 2 cents. I don't know for a fact. It's my conjecture. So I'm saying that.
Yeah,
But that's
absolutely.
my conjecture on why he's not showing his tax returns.
I think you're absolutely right.
And also, I think his tax returns would show that he's not as rich as he claims.
Absolutely.
And they would say, wait a second, you are rich, and your tax returns don't show you're as rich as you claim. Thus, you are hiding money abroad and not declaring it.
Yes.
I think that's what it would ultimately show.
Yes, I
And
think
people
you're-
would start asking questions. There
I
would
think
be
you're absolutely right.
because if his tax returns were, as they say in my religion, kosher, there would be no reason not to show them.
Why wouldn't you have?
Why wouldn't you brag?
Yep.
Because he loves to brag how rich he is.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I think he's going down. It's my 2
I
cents.
Really
I
hope
think,
so.
I think he is going down. Meanwhile, what's also interesting, I don't have the card here, but I just read this right before we came on.
Yeah.
And this was in the New York Post.
Okay.
2 things. Do you remember yesterday we talked about the all the news was saying that Cohen guilty,
Yeah.
Manafort guilty, and then you go to Fox News and Friends,
Yeah.
and on Fox News and Friends, they don't even mention that Cohen took a guilty plea. Not Fox News and Friends, Fox News period.
Fox News. Yeah, the Fox News website.
They don't even say that Cohen took a guilty plea.
Yeah.
They say nothing. What are they talking about? The headline was, illegal alien kills white woman. Remember we talked about that?
Absolutely,
And we
yeah.
said, boy, that's really very coincidental.
Absolutely.
That they found this killer 15 minutes after Cohen, not saying he didn't do it, and I'm not saying it's not a tragedy that this girl died. I'm not saying any of that.
No, not at all.
Okay? And she shouldn't have died. I'm just saying that I find that they're making it, that it's becoming political.
Yeah.
Rather than this woman got killed by somebody. So they say, look, illegal alien kills white girl. We got to do something about immigration.
Right.
Nobody is saying, boy, what a, tragedy this is.
Exactly.
And what about all the other deaths in America?
Exactly.
Okay, they're saying this guy is an illegal alien who we're looking at right now. He's from wherever he is from, Mexico, Dominican Republic. I don't know where they said he was from. And he was in Mexico. He's a farmer, and he's here illegally in America. And look, he's the killer.
Right.
Now it comes out today, two things. Because I knew more was going to come out.
Yeah.
And it was reported in the New York Post, two things. Number one, his lawyer stood up in court. This guy's lawyer stood up in court and said, in fact, he's not an illegal alien. That's wrong. What Trump announced saying he is an illegal alien, that's not true.
Right.
I don't know what his status is. The lawyer didn't say what his status is. But his lawyer said he is not out of status or illegal in America.
Right.
So what Trump said is, at least according to this man's lawyer, not true.
Not accurate.
Not accurate.
Right.
But Trump jumped on it. Dark-skinned guy kills white girl, must be illegal. My men are getting convicted of crimes.
Yep.
Let's change the subject and let's talk about kicking out immigrants and scapegoat other people for my problems.
Yeah.
The second thing that was interesting about this story is that this is not a random act of violence. If in fact this man is the killer, we haven't seen any evidence yet.
Right.
Other than the police claim he admitted it. We don't know what that means. Okay? We haven't seen anything yet. Maybe he did it. And if he did it, he deserves to go to jail and deserves all of the punishment. But what came out in the New York Post, at least according to the New York Post, a few minutes ago, right before we came on the air, is that he knew her.
Really?
Yes. This man, who is allegedly killed Molly Tibbetts. Every time I hear Molly, I think of Molly Ringwald. Molly Tibbetts.
Yep.
He did not kill Molly Ringwald. Molly Ringwald is alive and well.
Right.
Molly Tibbetts.
Yep.
He is the baby father of Molly Tibbetts' roommate.
Whoa.
Yes, according to the New York Post.
That's a major connection.
That is a major connection. So if in fact he is the killer, he knew her. And if in fact he is,
Yep.
and two, his attorney is saying he is not an illegal alien in America.
And
This
that
is so, and Donald Trump is saying this was a random act of violence by an illegal alien in America. Both not true.
And that's the
At
fear-mongering
least,
that he
well,
does.
well, I don't want to say both not true. Both unknown.
Called into question.
Called into question.
Yeah.
And of course, Trump is saying that obviously to pivot from what is actually a really bad day for him.
Exactly.
Because he will be impeached soon.
Exactly. Yeah, I really hope so. I find it really unbelievable that Trump and Fox's entire playbook is you need to feel unsafe at all times. It doesn't matter where you are, somebody's going to be lurking around a corner to snatch you and your children up. And it's just preposterous. It's nonsense.
Well, he's politicizing her death, which is disgusting. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
This should be this poor girl lost her life. It shouldn't be I'm in trouble and now there's a brown-skinned man. I'm going to blame him for everybody's problems.
Exactly.
All right. Meanwhile, talking about death. All right, because this is very important. I'm looking for the card here.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's up in arms, and this woman should be alive. No question about it. It's very sad.
Yes.
Okay. I don't want anyone to say, Brad, you're being callous to Molly and her family. I'm not. I'm just saying I'm being. I would say the word. I don't know what the word is.
Cautious.
No, not cautious. I'm questioning why this is the number one item on Fox News.
On the same day.
On the same day that Michael Cohen and Manafort are guilty.
Exactly.
Buried also in Fox News.
Yes.
But in the New York Times.
Yeah.
Is that Donald Trump is reversing President Barack Obama's Clean Air Act regulations.
Oh my God.
So what does that mean? That means basically now that the states, we talked about this the other day.
You did, yeah.
The states will be able to choose their own environmental rules and regulations and how much each state wants to pollute. So in the New York Times, the regulation, built into the regulation, is an acknowledgement by the Trump administration that by rolling back Barack Obama's Clean Air Act rules, it will cause the premature deaths of over 1,400 Americans per year. So 1,400 Americans will lose their life because of Donald Trump's environmental rollback. Every year. That's 1,400 deaths. 1,400 people, as far as I'm concerned, that the Trump administration will kill for $1 rolling back clean air.
Yes.
Yet he is going on Twitter screaming and yelling about a brown man who may or may not have killed a white woman and saying this is the problem with America.
Exactly.
And he's illegal when apparently he's not.
When he's not.
And apparently it wasn't a random act of violence. They knew each other.
But what we don't want to talk about is the 1,400 people he just killed with his
I don't know. To me, that's murder.
That is murder. It's absolutely murder. But it's his own administration's report that says that it's going to kill these people, and he's still doing it.
Kim, finally.
Finally. What are we?
Finally, the police, in Sanford, Florida.
Yeah.
They finally found a way to catch somebody without using excess force by police officers.
Florida's figured it out?
Yes, they have had cows now chase suspects. A new video this happened this week, I'm not making this up. A new video shows a woman on the run from the law being chased by a herd of cows. The chase happened Monday night in Sanford, Florida, where authorities were pursuing a white suburban SUV. Officers attempted to stop the vehicle, but the vehicle crashed after a slow chase. 3 passengers got out and started running, including a woman by the name of Jamie Michael Young, 46 years old.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The police followed her. This woman. The police followed her into a farm or pasture where she encountered a herd of cows.
Okay.
The police followed her on a helicopter.
Right.
And we hear this is I will be the helicopter guy if we can show the video. It says, can we show the video?
There's audio, but
we don't have any video. But it says basically, here's the video.
If you see the large group of cows, they're literally following her and chasing her. Come down, Brisbane or side?
They're literally chasing her.
They were chasing her. They didn't need to chase her anymore. The cows were chasing her. Look at that. So we could replay that again. So while the suspect,
if you see the large group of cows, they're literally following her and chasing her.
Yeah,
come down, Brisbane or side?
The woman ran the wrong way, obviously. So eventually the woman ran to the fence and was cornered by the cows, and the police just casually walked over and arrested her. And she was found apparently with 1.3 grams of cocaine and needles and a pipe.
That's slightly unsurprising.
Yes, and if you see that again, that reminded me of the slow OJ chase, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, didn't that look like the slow OJ chase a little bit?
She is the white Bronco this time.
If you see the large group of cows, they're literally following her.
They're
chasing her.
Come
down, Brisbane or side?
So that's what's happening in Sanford, Florida, and we got to get to our immigration questions. So if you call right now, 1-800-529-5465, we will be answering your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. We have 12 open lines right now. Hopefully we can get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to make an appearance with my head and tell everybody that our lines are wide open right now. And hopefully, where's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Dwayne, We need you now.
He's sleeping. He's
You got to start. You got to start. Dwayne, there he is. There he is. Ask me your immigration question. There it is. Call 1-800-529. Nope, it's not social media check-in, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Not quite yet.
Not quite. Before we go to our immigration questions right now, which we'll be answering, our lines are open. Belgium, Kim.
Yeah.
Where are we at? What's so funny?
These reactions to the cow story. Malia said that's a cow citizen arrest.
That is a cow citizen arrest. The cows are up in arms.
Yeah, Kalama said the cows should have been rewarded.
Maybe the cow should have got a Starbucks card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don said, "Are these cows trained for this?" That's
I don't
exactly
know.
what
Yes.
I was wondering. Are they special police cows?
I don't know.
Share game, yeah, share.
Share game. Where are we at?
135 shares.
I think Rob J. Roberts may be winning Starbucks cards for the rest of his life.
For life.
For life here. All right, so why don't we explain this again, guys? Because I don't want to see Brad Squad lose 2 days in a row.
No.
If you hit 600 shares.
Yes.
And we have a combined 50 people watching on YouTube. Right now we have a combined 33 people watching on YouTube. So that means you got to tell your YouTube friends to subscribe and watch right now. If we get a combined 50 people on YouTube at one time, and we have 600 shares, tomorrow we are going to pick out of our bin people who watched our show today. If you didn't watch the show today, you're not in the bin. And 10 lucky people are going to get, courtesy of Bradshaw Live and Belgium Kim and Jilly Bean and the entire crew, $10 gift certificate to their choice of Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts as a thank you for sharing over 600 times. However, if we do not reach 600 shares, Rob J. Roberts, the person who bets the don't come line every time, will win another $10 gift certificate to Dunkin' Donuts. It is Brad Squad versus Rob J. Rob J won yesterday.
Yep.
Don't let us down, Brad Squad.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I would be very disappointed.
They're a disappointing bunch if they don't meet the share game. I feel like I'm always very sad. Don't let Rob J make a fool.
By the way, did anybody in the comments when the cows were chasing say, "Holy cow! Look at that"? That would have been my comment.
I'm sure it would have been.
Right. Holy cow! Look at that.
That is, God, you take the dad joke crown every single day, Brad.
That's a bad dad joke, right?
No, I love dad jokes. I find them hilarious. Muta Ali, our other producer, is the only one that's in competition with you for best dad jokes.
Or you could, or another good dad joke is,
what
a coward!
He'll be here all night, folks.
And of course, Jill coming in. And of course, Jill coming in saying, "You're utterly ridiculous." Get it? Utterly.
I got it. Thank you. I got it. Don't need to do it again. I got it. Oh man, this show is gone.
All right.
To the cows.
To the cows. This is right. We're gonna put me out to pasture soon, right? All right, Kim in Jersey City. Oh, wait, Kim, hold on 1 second. Hold on. This is the time right now where if you have immigration questions, I'm going to give you your immigration answers right now, and this is what's going to happen. So call 1-800-529-5465. We should have some sort of graphic come up right there that says getting answers. Call with your immigration questions right now. And now we can go to Kim in Jersey City, New Jersey. Kim.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, you?
Good. What's going on?
Quick question. So I'm married to a U.S. citizen, right? We filed our adjustment of status already, but we went for our interview, but they rescheduled it because the officer was giving us an hard time. So my husband now is in integrated behavioral health care program. And our interview was scheduled for the 22nd of August, which was yesterday. But I show up. So they rescheduled back the interview. Do you think I'm going to have a problem with my next interview date?
When is your husband going to be back home?
He's coming out the 15th of September.
Then it shouldn't be a problem as long as you're living together. It's not going to be a problem.
Okay.
All right.
Because they said that they would give us like a date in October.
Well, I don't know if in October, but they'll certainly give you a date, probably another 6 months. I don't think it'll be in October. I think it's going to be at least 6 months.
So my work permit up November 2nd, and I renew it.
Renew it now.
I did it yesterday.
Yeah,
you know how long it's going to take for me to get it back?
About 5 months.
About 5 months to get it back?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, but hang in
there. But I can still work, right?
Yep, keep working.
Okay.
Yeah, because even when you have your work permit renewed, you're allowed to work for 180 days during the renewal process.
Okay, so they can give me a letter to say that it's still, that I renew it so I can continue working.
Well, then you should get a receipt notice from it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let's go to Marcia in Poughkeepsie, New York. Marcia.
Hello.
Hi, Marcia.
Good afternoon. I'm just trying to ask a question here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get married, right? But I'm not gonna do this extravagant wedding with a lot of people. It's just gonna be like 4 members.
You're not having a big
I'm
wedding?
getting married. No, I'm getting married at a courthouse. But the thing is, they're gonna be asking for a picture of this and picture of that.
They're gonna be asking for what?
Pictures with family members or whatever.
Just take pictures of however you get married. You take a picture.
Oh, okay.
All right, don't worry about it. You don't have to stage stuff. If it's real, it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, so don't worry
Just
about
that it's just gonna be 2 family members of each side.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
All right, best of luck. Mazel tov. All right. Let's go to Leo in Cincinnati, Ohio. Leo.
Hello?
Leo.
Yes, I have a question. I've been planning on filing for citizenship for a while now, and I have 3 issues with that. The first is I have a criminal record. The second is I have some tax debts, and third is I got a court order to change my name a few years ago. And
all right, so let's start with problem number 1. You've been arrested. What were you arrested for?
This was in 2009.
For what?
This was for attempted breaking and entering.
Okay, where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
I'm from Kenya.
You're from Kenya.
Yes.
When did you come from Kenya?
This was in 1997.
Okay.
I came to the United States in 1997.
How did you come to the United States?
It was my family sponsored me.
What family member sponsored you?
That was my parents.
All right, hold on 1 second. All right, we'll have to help you off the air. Let's go to Al in Philadelphia.
Good afternoon, Matt.
How you doing?
Okay, I have 2 questions for you.
Yes.
In 1998, I pleaded guilty to New York's CWP against both criminal possession of a weapon, a CWP or CPW, in the 4th degree. The counsel that I had never mentioned anything about immigration consequences. 7 years later, 2004, I was put on deportation.
What year did you plead guilty?
1998.
Okay, when did you come to America?
92, I got my green card.
Where are you from?
El Salvador.
Okay. And CPW?
Yeah,
criminal possession of a weapon?
In the 4th degree, correct.
Okay. It was a gun?
It was a firearm, yes.
Okay. And this was in New York?
Correct.
Okay. Is this your only arrest ever?
That's it.
Okay. And so what happened?
Well, obviously, they put me on deportations, on removal proceedings. The the attorney was able to stop it, and the immigration attorney that I had was able to stop it. And I learned years down the road about the Padilla case.
Right. Now let me tell you about the Padilla case. Okay.
Okay.
The Padilla case only applies constitutionally to criminal cases that happened after Padilla. It's not retroactive. So what Padilla said is what Padilla happened, I think, in 2011 or 2012, somewhere in there. So what Padilla says is that it is a violation of your rights to not have been told that what you're pleading guilty to is a deportable offense. Now, what we have done in my office from our criminal defense team is, even though it's not a constitutional law violation, we have still made motions to vacate those convictions based on extenuating circumstances, such as you weren't told, you have a long history here, and a lot of times judges, out of their own discretion, would vacate those convictions. So if you're interested in trying to do that, hold on one second, okay?
Yes, absolutely,
All
yes.
right, hold on. All right. Let's go to Rohan in Tampa, Florida. Rohan.
Hello?
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
What's going on?
Yeah, so my question is, my wife and I married from in 2016, and I'm living with her here in Tampa for last year, February. So my question is, how long can it take me to apply for citizenship?
When did you get your green card?
I got my green card of January of this year.
Was it 2-year or 10-year?
2-year, conditional one.
All right, so citizenship is 3 years away still. You got to remove the conditions first.
We married in 2016.
Okay, it doesn't matter what, it's not the date of marriage, it's from the time of green card.
Huh?
It's from the time you get a green card. It's 3 years from the time you get the conditional green card, not 3 years from the marriage.
3 years from when you get the green card.
Correct. Yeah. So you got a couple years ahead of you.
Okay.
All right.
So it's not about the amount of year you're living together. It's about when you get the green card.
Correct.
Okay. Second question.
Yes.
So she filed for my son, and he's have an interview with the embassy there in Jamaica, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not 18 as yet. When he comes to the United States, we naturally get a neutralization.
No, he's just going to get a green card. You don't get the citizenship through the stepmom. You get it through the natural dad, biological dad. And in your particular case, you won't be a citizen until 3 more years.
Okay. All right. Thank you a lot.
You're welcome. Sorry about that. So you're 0 for 2 on your questions, but at least you know where you stand.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's go to Elaine in the Bronx. Elaine.
Hi,
Elaine,
Brad.
how are you?
Hi. Yes, good afternoon.
What's going on?
Yes, I have a question. My son-in-law, that's my grandchildren's dad. He got married and he became a citizen, but I think he divorced his wife in 2 years because he got his citizenship by going into the army.
Right.
And so what he did, he went down and he married the children's mother.
Okay.
After he was divorced in 2 years. So now he wants to file for the kids, and he's still married to the children's mother. Will that be a problem?
Why is that a problem? He's a citizen.
I don't know, because he had a condition on the green card, but he didn't get a citizenship to the wife. I'm wondering because
but he's a citizen now, so that's all that matters.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
Okay.
And it won't be a problem since he married the mother the children's mother in Jamaica in 2 years.
No, it's not a problem as long as he declared he had these children ahead of time. It's not he hid them and then all of a sudden he's fine. He's a citizen.
Okay.
Now. All right.
All right. I'll be coming in to see you to do the.
Great.
Okay. All
Hold
right.
on 1 second. All right. Let's go to Jonathan in West Palm.
Hello.
Jonathan, how are you?
I'm good. I have a question here. I was married a couple of years ago, and I got into some not so good situation, and I ended up divorced my wife. And what happened is that due to, it was not a good marriage, and we fell apart, and I applied for asylum due to sexual orientation. given the country I'm from, that is,
Where you from?
very close among other things.
Where you from?
Jamaica.
And and you were married, and then you claimed asylum because you're in a same-sex relationship now?
No, I was in I'm married to a lady, but after all, I was having somebody else on the side. I was talking to another guy, but
Okay, fine.
I guess after the interview and everything, I ended up in almost being deported. So the case went to trial, and the judge, even though I had proof, my spouse then, the guy who I was talking to, he didn't come to court. So what happened is that the judge ended up just gave me, I think it's withholding of removal.
Right.
So I was asking if anything can be done else with that case.
Well, it sounds like you didn't get the asylum because you applied for asylum more than 1 year after you came to America, and you had to be able to prove that something changed in your life, and the guy didn't show up to show something drastically changed in your life. So that's probably why. Certainly we can take a look at the records. I don't know for a fact that's what happened. I'm just suppositioning. But we can certainly take a look at the records and see if there's a way that we can do something to help you. But really, that would require us to review all of your asylum records, all of your removal records, the withholding, and then see if there's a way that we can reopen your case and figure something out. Because right now, what withholding for you is that the government says, we won't deport you, but we're not giving you a green card, which is puts you kind of in this precarious situation. So hold on 1 second. I think you're going to need a consultation. Let's go to Alma in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Alma.
Hello.
How are you, Alma?
Yeah, how I'm good. I have a question, please.
Yes.
I got married 2 years ago, and I got approved for I-130. I did the interview last year, and everything was fine. And like 2 months ago, I had the second interview for I-485 for green card. And the officer, he asked me a couple of questions, and seemed everything was fine because I had clean record and everything was good. But he told me the answer is going to be in a couple of weeks or a month. Now over than 50 days, and I don't have anything with me or no answer. The problem, I don't have Social Security, I don't have work permit.
Why didn't you file for a work permit then?
I'm sorry?
Why didn't you file for a work permit? You're entitled to it.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
You should have filed for a work permit. You are entitled to it.
Yeah, because the problem when we send the paper to USCIS, they refuse the paper. The only thing I have is the travel permit. That's it. But the work permit, every time we send it, they reject it. They reject it. They said for fees problem. But we already paid the fee.
All right. You obviously are doing something wrong. Okay? And what you are doing wrong is you're not filling out the forms properly. So hold on 1 second, okay? Hold on, because I can't help them. Why are they putting Jeff on hold? I don't understand. Jill?
You've been doing that all day.
Yes, it's annoying.
We need to.
They don't follow directions.
Boxing classes.
They don't follow directions. It's like no direction, none. Zero.
Maybe they need some cows to chase them.
Maybe. I'm going to have them chase some cows. Where are we at with our share game?
We are, so far, last I checked, we have, hold on, I want to give you the most updated, 189 chairs.
That's not going to win it.
It's not going to win
Not
it,
gonna
but
win
they're
it.
getting closer, Brad.
It's not going to win it.
But it's not going to win it.
It is not going to win it.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not.
No,
You
it's
guys,
not.
you can do better.
Yes.
I know you can do better. Glamma, you said it's not going to stay at 135. You were right, but it's got to go above 189.
All right, so let's go, before we go to our social media check-in.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go to our social media check-in.
Yeah.
We had met with back in March.
Uh-huh.
With Kahim Archer.
Yeah.
Now, Kahim Archer is a Haitian-American fine artist,
Mhm.
and he told us about his parents' immigration to the United States. We're going to watch this for about 3 minutes, and no, we're not going to watch it.
We're not going to watch it.
No, it's on here, but we're not going to watch it.
Okay.
Oh, we are going to watch it.
We are going to watch
Yes,
it.
apparently we're going to watch it for 3 minutes, and we'll be back in 3 minutes.
We're all different, and I think that's a big reflection of my art. It's just that balance that, you know, I can be blue and she can be red, but there's some type of equality within it. It's like we both kind of seem to fit in the same places, just reverse roles. It's just love. I control what love is for me, and to me, love is my work. My name is Kahim Archer, and I am an artist. I make my living being an artist. I'm known for doing portraits. So my day-to-day probably entails like going to some party or event or hopping on some train or chilling at some cafe and kind of like capturing the people and the environment around me, whether I'm being asked to or not. It's been my way to kind of share my talent with the people. And then, but long before that, I've always been painting and drawing. Art was my home education. It was the way my father kind of taught us his life, his culture. I grew up with about 6 siblings. He taught us a little music. He taught us like his talents, his like, look at the little things I can draw. Let me see if you can do it. Before you can actually put together words, we was like putting together images on paper with our, you know, parents at the dinner room table. I'm Haitian American, but both of my parents came from Haiti. Well, they came for similar reasons, for better life, for different version of a life. My father came more so for like education, so he came with his brothers. He left his mother. They were supposed to like create opportunities here and send back for her. She passed away shortly after. My mom, she came into like another family that wasn't really hers, and she's a lot younger, so she's like, you know, rushing to get out that house and get out that situation. Haiti is a very unstable place. Their conditions are so rough. Their conditions are so harsh. So when they come here, it's like they look at it as like a luxury. And I think that's what it means to be an immigrant for me. Like, I don't have that experience of it being so rough and so but I have that spirit in me passed on to my parents, and they were immigrants in New York. My mom was doing hair, my father was driving taxi here and there, so it's always been that type of energy in my house where people are creating new ways, and it's also been a place where it was communal. I lived in a Haitian building. I lived in a building with a bunch of people from the same culture, from the same neighborhood, so it was like an open door policy kind of. So I've juggled the needs of like my society and my people and my family and my friends. I ended up studying graphic design and advertising, and then I went and worked for the city. The last year working for them, I got a mentor where I didn't agree with the politics, collected unemployment, became an artist. It took me a while to stop complaining about the things that I didn't like and start creating a plan for the things that I did. After the unemployment, I would do artwork. I would bring it out to shows, try to sell it that way. I did one really big show called Colored, and it was the first pieces were literally people that I admired. I've had memories where people have fed me, took me off the train. Money's cool, but it's just like, it's cool to see the want and the need and the like desire for something. Having that challenge of trying to get the sell or just trying to get their attention or just trying to catch them before they miss their stop. I became addicted. That's all I needed. I think colors also play a deep part. I've watched in people. Everyone has their favorite colors. Everyone has their things that they tend to. It's like a spiritual language. Everything with me is black and white, and sometimes so much more complicated than that. So I'm just a very colorful person. I want to see the bigger picture. I keep on trying to zoom out, and that's what my art is. It's a showing of the repetitiveness of when you're zooming out. You just think in light speed when I'm thinking in colors. The patterns, the repetition is beautiful. I paint a lot of faces. I would go home, look at my Instagram, see how many people tag me. It's fun to get up close and have the subject appreciate you and itself, and it's just a bouncing around of energy. It's like you do the work, you share it, you do the work, you share it. I guess my family coming here and their story and their history in Haiti and in America and the path they laid down and the routes that they've taken, it's given me a love and acceptance and an understanding for everything that they've done. So that fashions you. My American dream is to be able to create and do as I please to kind of sustain myself and my family in their future. Art, to me, it's like, I think the future is just purposing it. Like right now, I found a way to make people smile at parties and events. I found a way to decorate people's environments and homes and stuff like that. And I think my motto or my mission is to do that in such a way where it frees people. It's all about freedom at the end of the day.
So much for 1098. This is some show. This is some show today. I'm intently on my screen here watching.
Yeah.
And then they go 10, 9. Oh, you're live. Hi.
But also we see you reading, so it's
Yes.
fine. You look pensive.
Yeah.
The
All
thinking
right.
man.
No, I was watching the thing. I enjoyed it.
See, I love Kahim's art. Blows
Yeah.
my mind.
Yeah.
Those use of colors, insane. Love it.
All right. So let's do something called social media check-in.
Social media check-in.
Yes. What the hell is wrong today?
Our first question is from Tiffany Paraboo.
Yeah.
She said, if you come to the U.S. with a visitor's visa, got engaged, and go back to your country and get married, can you still travel on your visa while your papers are in progress?
You can, but you're running the risk of getting stopped at the airport because your papers are in progress, and your papers say you want to come live here and live here with a green card, and that's in contradiction to you coming on a visitor's visa saying I'm coming to visit. You can't, in one hand, say I'm visiting, and another application say I'm coming to live here. They may think that when you come to the United States with your visitor's visa that you're really coming to live here and give you a problem and send you back home, and now you got deported at the airport. You got a big problem. So you travel at your own risk.
Be Fit You Me says, hello there. Can you please tell me how long it takes to bring my husband from Ethiopia? I am a U.S. citizen and I don't remember my last 5 years work history when I start and stop. Is that going to be a problem?
Well, you have to try to remember to the best of your ability. You know, look at your tax returns and W-2s and say, you know, you can give approximate dates. You don't have to say January 3rd, 1999 to, you know, March 2nd, 2004, but you could say 1994 to 1996, 96 to 98, you know, overlap some years, but you got to give a general thing.
Gemini B said, USCIS gave me a tracking number for the work permit, but the post office can't find any record of the document. How can this happen with such an important document, and now what can I do?
Why does the post office lose?
That is the first question.
That's
is
the
why
question?
does the post office lose mail?
Why do birds sing? Why does the sun come up? I don't know. Why does the post office lose mail? Why does the dry cleaner lose my shirts on a weekly basis? It happens.
Go to a different dry cleaner,
I've gone
man.
to 2 different dry cleaners, and 2 different dry cleaners have lost my clothes.
Oh my God!
I have Mosh on this right now, the caged animal. I put the caged animal on this. I'm like, how is this possible?
Man, yeah, that's unbelievable.
All right, so I mean, it even happens to me. Why does, you know? So you're asking me, why does the post office lose your mail? Why? I don't know why.
But in that case, if they have lost the work permit, what can she do?
The only thing you can do is if it didn't go back to immigration, unfortunately, you have to apply for it again.
Oh,
it happens sometimes.
So annoying.
Yeah.
Ahmed would like to know, I got 2 interviews for my I-485, and the officer said they would answer in a couple of weeks. It's been 50 days now and no answer. How long should I be waiting for a reply?
You wait 4 months, and if you don't hear anything in 4 months, you come see me.
Lisa Blang wants to know, my friend got married and got her 2-year green card, and the second interview the husband
By the way, Marge wants to know why is today not Friday.
I have been thinking it was Friday all
Feels like
day
Friday,
long.
right? Yeah, okay, so what is your question?
Lisa Bling said, my friend got married 2 years, got married and she got her 2-year green card. The second interview, the husband didn't go, so it ended up in immigration court. Now it's been over 3 years. It's going back and forth. Her son is a citizen, and he knows, but he knows to put in her
I don't
paperwork.
understand what you're saying.
So, woman got married 3 years ago,
right?
With her 2-year green card. On the second,
Got her 2-year green
got
card.
her 2-year green card. Yes. On the second interview, the husband didn't come. And so the case ended up in immigration court.
Okay.
They've been going back and forth now for the last 3 years.
All right, so this is the story. She went to remove the conditions of her permanent residence. She did a joint application with her husband.
Yeah.
The husband didn't show up to the interview. That means you got to divorce him. Okay? If he's no good to show up to an interview, then he's no good to you, period. So you divorce him. And if you are divorced from him and you can prove it was a real marriage, you will get a green card. That's what should have happened. That's what you need to do now, because if you don't, you will be deported. Is that the question?
She also said that she currently just has a 2-year green card. Can she go to Jamaica on that 2-year green card?
Yeah, but if you don't get divorced, you will get deported, lady. Don't worry about traveling. Worry about how you get your permanent green card. So far, it ain't working out for you. Your priorities are backwards.
Yeah.
And you're in deportation. So if you're in deportation and you leave the United States, guess what happens? You self-deported.
Then don't do that.
Then you don't do that.
Vanish says, if you submit your I-130 from 2017, how much longer do you have to wait until it gets approved?
Who's filing the I-130 for you?
We don't know.
I don't know who's filing for you.
We need more info, Vanish.
That is correct. Kim, why do birds sing?
I don't, because
To communicate with each other.
Is that true?
I would assume so. Why does the sun come up in the morning?
Because of the rotation.
Because God wanted it that way.
Okay.
You could answer everything because God wanted it that way.
Because God wanted it that way.
Yes.
I was just about to say that can be. Why does the post office lose your mail?
Because God wanted it that way. I mean, that's really unfortunate, but yes.
God wanted you to get a new wardrobe, Brad.
That is correct. Why did they? God said you need new shirts, Brad. It's about
need
time.
new shirts. No matter which dry cleaner you go to, I'll keep taking them away.
God was telling me I better get some new shirts. Doesn't matter. Every time you go to the dry cleaner, God's not returning my shirts.
Up that style budget, Brad.
That's right.
Elizabeth Brown on YouTube said, if my fiance comes to the U.S., how long do I have to wait to get married to petition for him? Also, what conviction stops a permanent resident for filing for a spouse? And could they be put in deportation if the spouse is being filed for?
All right, so those are 3 different
We got
questions.
3 very different questions.
All right, first question, you got to wait at least 90 days from when your fiance shows up on a tourist or on any visa before you marry him, unless they show up on a fiance visa, then you got to marry them within 90 days. Number 2, there's only one conviction that prevents a U.S. citizen from filing for somebody, meaning the conviction by the U.S. citizen, which would be sex abuse of a minor. And the third thing is, if you get denied, you get put in deportation, according to Donald Trump and that little weasel Jeff Sessions, yes. How was that for answering all 3?
That was an incredibly thorough answer.
Thank you.
We've got another question from Fox Racing on YouTube who said, Brad Squad, let's assume you pay your taxes all your life and yet you're out of status. Can you file for your Social Security benefits once you decide to retire if you're undocumented?
No, you cannot get any Social Security benefits if you're undocumented, only if you get a green card. Then you can go back and get all the benefits that you paid into it.
Oh, that's interesting.
But you can't get them if you are not legal.
Absolutely. Wow.
Is that it?
No, I got more.
Oh, I thought you were leaning back.
I thought you were done.
No, I was just taking a look at our show rundown to see what else was on our show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm reading about our show as we go along here. I'm like,
God.
oh, what else we got on our show today? I got a whole sheet here of what the show's about. So I'm like, oh, I should read this, right?
Literally every single day, the first thing that Brad does as he walks into the studio is, what are we doing today?
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about?
I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
If we are not up for best unscripted show of the year, right? This is the entire script. It's 3 sentences. I get every day a script of 3 sentences. That's not true. We get all these cards too. That's not
true. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
I'm making it up. But this is the best damn unscripted show in America.
It is most definitely
that we come and do this every day for 2 hours, basically unscripted.
We do.
Yes.
And then we come at you again with pop-up shows occasionally.
Correct.
And those are also very unscripted.
Very unscripted.
As unscripted as it gets.
Correct.
MJ on YouTube would like to know, my friend got an NTA notice. What does that mean and what should he do?
It means it's a notice to appear. And it means you got to appear for deportation. If you don't, you'll be ordered deported. So, and if you get an NTA, you better get a damn good lawyer. I don't need that in my script to tell you that.
And I don't need a script to tell you that you're looking, well, not anymore, but you were looking at a damn good lawyer.
And you will be looking at it. And there you are,
There
looking at him again.
God, you're so lucky. Oh, wow, look at that profile.
You
God.
like that side or you like this way better? Which side?
Okay. Wait, switch it now. Show me one more time the other side. Oh, I love a 3/4 profile. Oh, Brat.
War.
Yeah. No.
This is the mugshot.
That's how I was gonna say.
Turn this way.
That.
This is what Paul Manafort did.
Yeah, exactly.
And Cohen.
And Cohen.
And Flynn.
And Flynn.
And Papadopoulos.
And Papadopoulos.
And soon Don Jr., Jared Kushner, and Don Sr.
And the Daddy-O himself.
Yes.
God, that's going to be a great day.
Yes.
Can we just like have a bunch of champagne and just like popping bottles?
We'll see.
Salmon on YouTube says, my NOA has not arrived for 45 days, even though when the I-751 divorce waiver was filed, the green card was not yet expired. Do I need to get an info pass to get the I-551 or wait for NOA as it is sent to the California Service Center?
What?
Don't make me read all those letters again, Brad. Yeah, you
sometimes,
are.
Sometimes I was,
I see, and I heard you. Yeah, I knew it. Salmon wants to know.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Oh, salmon, not salmon.
Not salmon, although I have had
salmon.
The salmon fight.
Yes.
Like, do you say the fish, do you say salmon or salmon?
Salmon.
It's salmon.
Salmon.
My mother is going to be very angry for bringing that up. Yeah. Salmon said, my NOA has not yet arrived for the last 45 days, even though when the
Notice NOA?
NOA.
Notice of action.
Notice of action.
Got it. Okay.
A different one.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't arrived in the last 45 days, even though when the I-751 divorce waiver was filed, my green card wasn't expired. Do I need to get an info pass to get the I-551 or wait for NOA as it's sent through the California Service Center?
And it's been how many days?
45.
Wait 60 days after that, go down to immigration, get a stamp on your passport.
Sandra said, how long can someone wait for a response from USCIS after going through a Stokes interview, which I thought that I failed because of too many discrepancies?
If you failed, the longer you wait for a decision, the more likely it is that you failed. Why is that? Mm-hmm. Because it is easy to write a letter, congratulations, here's your green card.
Right.
If you failed, they said, dear so-and-so, you have failed for the following reasons, and they got to actually write a list and reasons why, a whole decision.
Wow.
So if you failed, it takes a lot longer to get a decision than if you got approved. So the longer you're waiting, the more likely it is you failed. It's the opposite of juries and convictions, because it's a lot easier to walk into a jury room and say guilty than it is to argue why they're innocent. So the longer a jury holds out, the more likely it is there's somebody saying that you may be innocent. And you looked at it at the Paul Manafort trial.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
All right, because he only was found guilty on half of the charges.
Yeah.
If he was going to be found guilty on all the charges, it would have been a much quicker.
Did you hear what came out about that? It was one juror.
One juror. One crazy kook.
One juror.
One doesn't matter. He's
it's
going
fine.
to jail
We got
forever.
8. It's fine. We got 8. Ruthie.
Brad, what you drinking in your mug?
What are you? Yeah, but what's in the water bottle, Brad?
Oh, that's an old trick. You put the vodka in the water bottle and they pretend it's water? No, I don't do that.
We all know.
Yeah.
Ruthie Cutie on YouTube said, what does it mean when your case status says case is ready to be scheduled for an interview, and how long does it take once that status is updated?
You're looking at me?
I'm looking at you, man.
Like I know this?
Like you know this.
They will tell you that your case is ready for an interview within weeks of review of making a cursory review of your application. That doesn't mean that you're going to get your interview. There's no correlation between the computer on immigration or wherever you're looking on the website on immigration that says your case is ready for an interview. That doesn't necessarily correlate to you're getting your interview tomorrow. It could be anywhere from the next 12 to 28 months.
How long? Oh, wait, nope, sorry. She asked it twice. So nice, she asked it twice, and that's all we got.
All right, let's go to Sheila in Queens. Sheila.
Hi, Brad.
Hi,
good
how
afternoon.
are you?
I'm good, thanks. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I filed my I-485. My husband is a citizen. I got married in the U.S., but I came on a B2 visa.
Right. What's the problem?
So, are you hearing me?
I hear you. What's the problem?
I want to know, but I didn't file all my papers. My husband filed the I-130. I filed the I-485. I did not file my employment, my I-765. I filed it recently. I also want to submit my travel documents, but is it okay for me to still submit my travel documents
Why
even though
are you doing this all in random order?
Well, Brad, it's my fault. I didn't consult an attorney.
Exactly. Yeah, file your advance parole now. Hopefully you're doing it correctly.
But would they penalize me for overstaying or anything like that?
No, you're fine. Don't worry.
Okay, well, great.
All right.
Thank you so much.
And Sheila, come see me at least for a consultation. Let me see what you're doing. Hold on.
Well, do you do phone consultations?
Absolutely. We do phone consultations all over the world.
Great.
Hold
well,
on.
I prefer that then.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
thank
on.
you.
You're welcome. Hold on. Let's go to Elizabeth in Philadelphia.
Hello?
Elizabeth.
Hi, Brad. How
Hi.
are you?
Good. How you doing?
I wanted to ask a question because I'm not quite clear on something. What are the crimes that stop a resident from filing for a spouse in another country? Because I'm kind of scared to do it in a sense.
Why?
Because of stuff that I have, you know, the like arrest and
As
stuff.
long as
and
you don't have an
conviction.
arrest for sexual abuse, you're fine.
So even as a resident, and if it's
As a
deportable
resident,
conviction-
that's different. As a citizen, no problem. As a resident, then you should consult us before you go any further. So hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right. Violet in Birmingham, Alabama. Violet.
Yes.
Yes. Violet.
Yes, I'm here.
I'm here too.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm calling a petition for my children from 2012.
Right.
And I'm still waiting.
And you will be waiting about another year.
Another year?
Yep. You're a citizen?
Yes, I am a citizen
Your
now.
children are single?
Yes.
Does the National Visa Center know you're a citizen now?
Yes, I send in all my information.
You will wait 1 more year.
1 more year?
Yep. It's not it's not me. But what you should do is have an attorney handle the case so you get your children here as quick as possible. That doesn't mean an attorney speeds it up. Just make sure attorney doesn't slow it down. Good one. All right? Hold on 1 second. All right? All right. By the way, do you remember a few weeks ago the Grandma Caravan?
Oh, I loved the Grannies.
Right. So we followed them. They were the Grandma Caravan. They call themselves Abuelas Respondent or Grannies Respond. They traveled to McAllen, Texas from all over the United States of America to an immigrant detention center known as Ursula, the largest in the country, to demand an end to the separation of children from their parents at the border. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
So we had 3 incredible Brad Show Live Granny correspondents. Granny Sharon, Granny Fatima, Granny Claire. We also had a Granny Lynn, I believe. And they were all embedded in the caravans, documented their journeys for us around the country, demanding an end to family separations. So Granny Sharon and Granny's Rafiah, they came back after their caravan and they joined me via Skype. I was in the studio. They joined me via Skype to discuss their granny experience through the caravan. Let's see what they had to say and what they're up to since they returned. 2 weeks ago, we followed the Abuelas Respond, Grannies Respond, as they traveled to McAllen, Texas, the immigrant detention center, also known as Ursula, the largest in the country, to demand an end to the separation of children from their parents who are just trying to come to the border to apply for asylum. Our incredible Brad Show Granny correspondents, Granny Sharon, Granny Rafiah, Fatima, Claire, Lynn, they were all embedded in the Abuelas Respond and Grannies Respond caravans, and they documented their journeys for all of us. They've returned home. They are busier than ever now, here to discuss their experiences in the caravan and what they've been up to since their return. We have with us Granny Sharon, Kutz, Mellem, and Grannies Rafiah Jones. Welcome, Sharon and Rafiah. Thanks for coming on our show.
Thanks for having us, Brad.
Let me ask both of you. I'll start with Sharon. Was this the first time you were ever a correspondent on a show?
Yeah.
Yes? You never did that? What about you, Rafiah? You have any experience doing any of this before?
Not this.
Not
like this.
So why don't you each tell us a little bit about yourselves?
I'm a retired Presbyterian pastor and grandmother, and I've been involved in social justice issues since the 70s.
So you were a pastor in a church?
Two.
In two churches. When did you retire from being a pastor?
A year ago.
A year ago. So what have you been doing other than joining a caravan and demanding political justice? What have you been doing up in this past year? Any hobbies?
Well, I protest. I'm a professional resistor.
Okay.
I've been to the Women's March.
Nothing wrong with that.
March for Your Lives. And I've been hanging out at the ICE headquarters here in Louisville.
And Granny Rafiah, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're an educator, and I believe you're still in a classroom.
I'm a grandmother of 11, so they keep me busy. I have grandchildren in D.C. and in Atlanta, Georgia. Other than working with children, I work with children, and then sometimes I work with children.
So children are obviously
do.
really important to you. You have 11 grandchildren.
Yeah.
How many children do you have yourself?
5.
Five children, 11 grandchildren. You work with children in the classroom every day, so obviously this issue of separating parents from their children is very close to your heart.
Very close to my heart, Brett.
Sharon, you said that you have been working with refugees before, since the 1970s, before you joined the caravan. Tell us about your history of working with refugees.
I've been working with refugees since 1994. Not as a pastor, but as a volunteer. And I've helped resettle families. I worked with their elder program at Kentucky Refugee Ministries. I did tutoring when the refugee flow slowed down after Trump did his thing. Then I went to the Stitch program, which helped women learn sewing skills. Right now, I'm getting ready to resettle a Honduran family that is seeking asylum with my church where I worship.
What happened in your life that you said, because you got to really want to help people, obviously, and there's all sorts of different people to help in this world. There's people who are sick. There are people who are down out on their luck. There's refugees. There's a whole host of people in this world to help, and obviously you can't help everybody as much as you want to. How did you decide on, in 1994, I really want to concentrate on refugees. I really want to help them. They really need my help.
It's more of a religious response for me, a spiritual response of doing what I understand my God tells me to do, which is to offer hospitality to the stranger. And although I'm a Christian, we kind of share the Judaic pieces where we offer hesed. We care for those who need help, particularly the foreigner. And it's really filled my heart beyond anything else I've ever done.
Yeah. Coming from the Judeo-Christian, background, it's, you want to leave this world a better place than when you started. Grandma Rafiah. Can I call you Grandma Rafiah, or should I just call you Rafiah? You're not my grandmother. Rafiah, we've been calling you Granny for because of the Granny Caravan, Rafiah, children have been your issue, obviously, your entire life. What type of children are you dealing with in the classroom to begin with, and what type of teaching do you do?
Well, I started off in a regular classroom, in the kindergarten classroom, and most of my experience has been with the multi-ethnic group children. I've worked a lot in the Islamic schools in Seattle, Washington, and then when I came back to D.C., I was working in D.C. Clara Muhammad School. And so, interestingly enough, we have always had immigrant children. We've had refugee children, so to speak. I've changed that word. But children who have come here with their families from other places. So it's always been part of my experience is to welcome those children and to give them just a solid foundation in English and just the American experience. Now, mostly what I do in the classroom is to observe and do assessment. And then I have a drama class that I teach, and it gives the children an opportunity to just express themselves with them.
Now you said in your answer that I picked up on something. You said, I hate the word refugee. Why do you hate the word refugee? What is a better word to describe people who are escaping injustice or basically escaping for their lives?
Better word to me would be the soldiers, the fighters, the survivors, the newcomers. Why can't they just be called the newcomers to America? Because any word that we use should be inclusive. It should make them feel and make us feel that they're part of us.
Right, and I guess refugee makes you feel like they're an outsider. Is that why you don't like it?
Yeah, it just sounds other than, unless we're all refugees, unless we can use that term for more of us. And I don't mean to disrespect or disregard the struggle that people have gone through to get here. I don't mean I want to just forget that. But
you want it to be more positive.
Yeah, maybe that's a better word.
Right.
Just more self-asserting, more affirming.
The reason I say that is because I always say on my show that words matter. And the words that you use matter, and it changes the political discourse and how people think. And words more than anything else, of course, world wars. For example, a refugee could be somebody who is fleeing persecution, fleeing for their life. They come here and they don't have a legal status, whether a green card or citizen. They're called illegal. And that illegal connotation makes people say, these people, when you hear the word illegal, you feel like they're criminal. And that's what people start thinking. They're just as bad as someone who robs a bank or who sells drugs or who's a mass murderer or a rapist. And they're wrong. And it's just really, this is somebody who's fleeing from maybe those type of people themselves. Sharon, let's get back to Sharon a second. How did you hear about the caravan?
I grieved deeply when the first zero tolerance photos came out. I had nightmares. I had sleepless nights. And a friend, local, another granny who went on the trip, we would call each other and say, we got to get in a car and go down there. And about that time, I was on Twitter in June, and I saw, check this out.
Right.
It was the Women's March that had tweeted it. And so I immediately signed up. And I went because I wanted to see with my own eyes. My Congress people are Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell. Enough said.
I'd say you don't have to go any further.
Nothing's going to happen.
Right.
It's going to be person to person changing. Neighbors talking to neighbors. As I wanted to be a witness and come back and share everything and then get people's rear ends to the voting poll.
Were you surprised how many people joined and that they came from all over the United States, or was not surprising to you?
It was very surprising.
Because it's one thing to say I grieve. It's another thing to say what's happening is terrible, which a grand majority did. It's another thing to take your time, your effort, your energy to get in a car and follow other cars with a bunch of strangers and do something about it. Were you surprised how many people actually did it?
No, not really.
No.
Because I think most of us are humane.
Uh-huh.
And I think that was a visceral response seeing those children in cages. And we just didn't know what to do. And I was moved to tears when I saw everyone coming.
Rafiah, how did you decide to join this?
I had wanted to do something, but I was always leery of groups. What's their hidden agenda? What are they really up to? I just didn't know how to get involved, really. And it was my friend who's one of the real forefront of the Grannies Respond, Rafiah, who called me and said, I don't know if you're going to want to do this. I don't know if you're interested, but I just want to share. This is what some grandmothers are getting together to do, and your grandmother, Rafiah, and maybe you'd want to do it. And that was, in a way, an answer to a prayer. I knew Roya. I'm a grandmother. It's very simple. The agenda is not complicated. Children should be with their families. My family supported me, and so I was able to do it.
Now, you started originally in Atlanta. And Sharon, where did you start? Did you start in Kentucky, or did you meet the group somewhere else?
They met me.
They met you
in Kentucky.
So they along their way. So what cities did you visit with them?
New Orleans, Montgomery, Houston, McAllen, and our little stop at Dilley.
What was the highlight for you of everything you saw or did?
It was all of it. I've been in a lot of groups doing social justice stuff. I've never been in a group where we were so coalesced and focused. We nourished each other and nurtured each other. It was just the most awesome experience.
What did you think that you did in your trip, which was about 4, 5, 6 days you were in this caravan? What did you do, or what did you see that had the biggest political impact, and what did you see that had the biggest emotional impact to you?
The biggest political impact was when we were at the Dilley detention center, and I realized that every single detention center is privately owned, which means I, as a citizen, cannot go in. And that was a set by the current administration to make a lot of money.
Well, I will say this: it's been privately owned for decades. It was Obama.
I didn't know
that.
Yes,
it was Obama. It was Bush.
Really?
Yes, it's not just Trump. It's been privatized.
Well, you see what I learned.
Right, it's been privatized for decades. And so what does a private jail do? A private jail wants to make as much money as they can. So the conditions in immigration detention are worse than the conditions that you would see in a regular county jail. And you're better off actually, as someone a criminal is in a better position who's in the county jail than an immigrant fleeing for their life in a for-profit immigration detention center.
And that's obscene.
Yes.
And immoral.
Correct. Now, Rafiah, you went to Dilley as well, correct?
Yes.
Why did you decide to take that detour to Dilley?
Well, I decided to do that. It was a group effort. Everything that the Grannies Respond did was a democratic process, you could say. So everyone agreed that we all wanted to go together. This was an unplanned experience, but it certainly was part of our mission. So I was actually in the black van that pulled up initially, and the people came out, and sometimes it was referred to as a welcome party, but it was a confrontation.
Were they expecting you?
No, they were not expecting us. But I would hate to ring your doorbell and have you confront me that way in the middle of the morning. Not the middle of the morning, but daylight. And it was just very hostile.
What did they say to you? Give me a rundown. What did they say to you? The women got out. The grandmas get out of a van, right in front of the.
No, we did not.
You did not get out of the van.
We were not even able to get out. Sharon and I were very, very tempted to just ease out of the van while they were talking. But it was so clear that this was not friendly territory.
Did they come with guns?
Not in their holster, but their demeanor was pretty off-putting. And the woman came out with two pretty burly sized guys with her. They were silent, but they were clearly there. Cease and desist any activity that we may have had. Matter of fact, they said, this is your final warning. If you don't leave, we will call the authorities.
So when you got to McAllen, Texas, were you able to get near the Ursula?
Some people did. You needed a passport to get up on the border, but we did go to a respite site sponsored by the Catholic Charities, and we sang some songs and were able to interact with some of the detainees there. There was a father and his daughter. He didn't speak English. I didn't speak Spanish, but he understood when I told him to stay close to that daughter of hers. And he just smiled and laughed and hugged his daughter. And it was so emotional. We just wanted to let them know that Americans American citizens, that there are people who realize and acknowledge what they're going through.
Sharon, when you were going on your way along, what was the reaction from the local people as you were going along from Kentucky to Memphis to this is Trump country, Memphis, New Orleans, all the way down into Texas. These are not your more moderate liberal people living there. Were you welcomed? Were they like, Grannies, what are you doing?
On the road, we got honked, lots, because we had honk if you support humanity and stuff written on the buses. I was amazed. We got one middle finger and one notebook scrawled that we couldn't really read that said, keep people away, keep on the other side or some stupidity. Oh, no, that was in Mississippi. When we got into the towns, we were greeted warmly. I mean, I have never seen so many people come out in Houston and also in New Orleans. I mean, we were moved to tears. It was quite surprising.
Was there a lot of press coverage along the way?
The BBC did a really decent job, and the German press and the Latino press, they did great.
Well, it's good. So, at least the rest of the world could see that there's some decent people in America still.
I know.
At least that got to make you feel good. Rafiah.
I was in D.C.
Oh, okay.
So I flew to Atlanta, joined with another group called the Atlanta Grandmothers for Peace. And we drove to Montgomery.
And that's where you met Sharon?
Yes.
Where did you guys stay along the way? Was it planned, or you're like, wherever, we'll find a motel along the way? How did you pay for your gas? How did you pay for your food?
People were enormously generous. So the van and the gas and even the hotel stay were all from that GoFundMe fund. And there were some families, I think in New Orleans especially, who opened their homes to us. And then some of them joined the caravan and went to McAllen with us as well.
You know if there's any money left over after all your expenses from the GoFundMe?
Yeah, there is. And they are giving it to organizations at the border.
Wonderful.
That are helping people.
Wonderful. So you guys are back now. It was some experience. Do you just go back to your everyday lives and, you did it? Or or are you still moving forward, if anything?
Those grannies are out of control.
Grannies are out of control.
They haven't stopped.
Yeah?
We weren't even home yet. And the ones that were home were already doing actions.
Wow.
They're being invited to speak in their local communities. They're writing op-eds. They're starting local groups. We have a border bear knitting project. We're getting ready to do the above-ground railroad, which will be some kind of mechanism for welcoming people at various bus stations. So I'm tired.
It was a chance to really see what's needed and how to plug in our communities when we get back home.
We had a doctor on our show, and she was talking about the stress that these children go through, that it's going to live with them for the rest of their lives. They're going to need a lot of help. It's not just reunite them with a mother or a father, and we did our job. Trump caused, Sessions caused, Rand Paul and McConnell caused a lot of damage to these children that they may never come back from. Do you feel you accomplished anything in changing anyone's minds, in changing the way we talk and policy, or is that going to still be an ongoing battle?
Definitely an ongoing battle. Yeah. Definitely. I think that's one of the charges that I feel that I have, is to make sure that what's going on with families and children is a personal experience. And so just like I have shared all along that our history with American slavery and incarceration and the persistent history we have of separating families and weakening individuals. This, I think, is the place where I can help Americans realize this is nothing new, and we have got to take action and become more like Sharon Granny.
Do you have any?
I did get into a confrontation in a hotel in Arkansas.
With who?
Some guy who was eating breakfast, who inserted himself in my conversation and said he needed to go down to the border and protest what was happening. And I just told him, well, that's your right, but butt out.
Right. You don't mess with the grannies, right?
No.
I think we did inspire.
You did.
People joined us along the way who hadn't planned to.
Then you
who
did.
came and heard us.
Then you did. Then that's the answer.
Yes.
Do you guys know your own immigration stories? Families' immigration stories?
I do. I'm Scottish. Long lifer Presbyterian.
Uh-huh.
They were thrown out of Scotland because they wouldn't follow the Church of England. They immigrated to Ireland. They came to America in the 1700s and started one of the first Presbyterian churches. They fled oppression.
And
you don't want to mess with the Scotsman either.
And I guess it sounds like you have a long history in your family of going against the ruling party is at the moment.
Yeah, we were abolitionists during the Civil War.
Uh-huh.
And I have a good oral family history and also DNA stuff.
You know, Brad, one of the terms that was used when we were on the border, and it was victim. And one of the most outspoken and active persons helping, she says these people are not victims. They are survivors, etc. They're strong. And so in my community, a lot of times people feel still victimized, you know, that America has done these horrible things to our ancestors, which is true. But we have to empower ourselves because we're part of those who survived. So when you ask about our immigration history, of course, by looking at me, you have some idea what my story should be. But personally, I do remember going to visit my father's parents, and we had to walk way, way back into a field and up a long flight of stairs. And that was the only time I remember visiting them. And as I got older, I understood that that was a plantation and that my grandparents still lived there. And that's where my father was born. But if I could do a Kente story, that would be another American story that I could share.
What's your American dream, Sharon?
My American dream is that everyone will enjoy the opportunity to have the best life possible and feel like they're part of who we are.
And Rafiah?
My dream is that we get close to one another and we appreciate and celebrate how we're all so different, but we're all here at the same time, in the same place, what we can do together.
Are the grannies going to get back together again? Is there going to be another caravan in a year from now?
I'm sure the grannies will get together. How it's going to look is yet to be determined.
How does somebody who wants to be interested in your group, in the Granny Caravan, Grannies Unite, how do they reach you? How do they reach this group? How do they become involved?
www.granniesrespond.org.
Granniesrespond.org or granniesrespond@gmail.com. And there's a Facebook page as well?
Just look for Grannies Respond.
Wonderful. You guys were wonderful. Thank you again for giving updates on your trip. Everyone on our show and all the viewers loved it. They loved you. They loved everything you were doing. As I said in the beginning, it's one thing to say what's going on is terrible. It's another thing to stand up and use your energy and actually go do something about it. You're amazing women, and congratulations to both of you on what was a successful caravan down to the border. You really raised awareness, certainly. Hopefully you changed some minds as well, and hopefully you continue.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
Thank you. Be well. All right, Grannies Respond. You know, I really think it's worth saying again. It's one thing to say, you know, what's going on at the border is terrible.
Yeah.
It's another thing to go and do something about it.
Unbelievable.
Yes. So with that being said,
yes,
we have a couple more social media questions.
Absolutely. We've got just one final one, actually two final ones. Salmon on YouTube. Salmon.
Salmon.
Because it's Salman.
Is he King Salmon?
No. He's
Alaskan salmon?
Tariq salmon.
Scottish salmon?
Are you going to name all the salmons that there are?
Yes.
Antarctic salmon?
Antarctic salmon? Fresh salmon? Salmon in a can?
Is it freshwater or ocean water salmon?
All right,
I don't know.
He has a question.
Salmon says.
Salmon.
Just a follow-up. Do I need to worry if my green card is expired right now? He was waiting on the I-750. He had filed his I-751. I believe.
As long as it was filed prior to the expiration of the green card, don't worry about it. And it was received and they cashed your check.
Yes. Perfect. And our final question is Fox Racing, who said, Brad, you mean to tell me that even if you've had a Social Security number and you've been paying into Social Security your entire life, but you're undocumented, you wouldn't be able to file for those benefits?
Yep. And sadly, but yes.
That's effed up, Brad.
Effed up.
That's effed up.
That's what he said?
No, that's what I
that's
said.
What you said.
That's what I said.
All right. All right. So we have comments of the day. Wait. Before we go comments of the day, a couple of housekeeping.
Yes.
Okay. Number one, tomorrow we are going to have a pop-up show only.
Yes.
We just won't know when we're going to pop up.
It's going to be a weird time.
Right. So there will be no live 2-hour show, but we're going to have a live pop-up at some time tomorrow. The pop-up is only on YouTube. So if you want to be part of the pop-up and you want to enjoy the pop-up, it's only going to be, 20, 30-minute pop-up show at some point tomorrow. Please subscribe to YouTube and press that little bell next to the YouTube on Brad Show Live, and that way you'll get notified when we pop up. Also, just as a little hint, Belgium Kim likes to go into the Brad Squad Facebook page and let everybody know when we will be popping up. So that will be the other time or other place you would be able to find when the pop-up is going to happen. We just don't know when it will happen. So subscribe to YouTube. You'll get the notification, as well as become a member of the Brad Squad by joining the Brad Squad group on Facebook. And I think Belgium Kim will pop in there and let you guys, Brad Squad at least, know when the pop-up's going to be.
Exactly. Hint, hint.
Hint, hint.
Nudge, nudge.
Comments of the day.
Comments of the day. Our first one is from our new YouTube funny man, Ryu Cage, who solved the mystery as to why the cows were chasing the woman through the field.
Why?
Because them cows had beef with her, Brad.
They had a, that's funny.
Them cows
I like that one. I like that one. That's funny.
Our second one is from Glamma, and she said, when I grow up, I want to be like the Grannies.
All right. I like that one, too.
You would be both, Glamma. And we also have one from Velma Gale, who said, I fell asleep watching one of your YouTube videos and woke up thinking I missed the entire show. That's right. You go to bed with Brad and the Brad Show Live. You wake up with Brad Show Live. You wake up and we're on live.
Yeah.
God.
You know what Rosanna told me today? Because Rosanna always gets me the coffee before we go on the air.
Does? Yeah.
So she said she's now dreaming of me screaming at her, "Where's my coffee?" So she's dreaming of me like demanding coffee.
Why are you traumatizing?
But I said, but in real life I don't scream at you for coffee.
Yeah.
She goes, but in my dream you're screaming at me for the coffee.
I will say you called for Rosanna over the intercom the other day and said and almost sang "Africa" by Toto.
No, Toto, Rosanna by Toto.
Yeah.
Yes. I know. I said right. It was Rosanna, right? So I said on the intercom throughout the office. I said Rosanna, and she wasn't coming in.
Yeah.
And I went back. I said, "Don't make me sing Rosanna by Toto to get you in here." And that went through the whole office. People think I'm a psycho sometimes. All right, everybody, have a great night. Oh, what? Oh, you have more?
I got two more.
Oh, you got two more.
I got
Never
two
mind.
more. Sorry,
Never mind.
real quick. Abigail said, yeah, my favorite show is on. She's been starving all day awaiting to see her Brad
Okay, I like that. I like that one.
And then our final one is from Carol Anderson, the Tiger.
Okay.
Brad. And she said, watching the Grannies, she said, that's why this show is a most to watch it. So interesting to listen to these stories.
Oh, wonderful. 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 All right. So, Belgium Kim.
Brad.
Belgium Kim.
Yes.
It is coming to the point now at 7:32.
Don't.
Where we have to say goodbye. Goodbye to... Can you imagine now we should start saying goodbye to Tamika. Goodbye, Lynn. We say hello and goodbye to everybody.
But we got to say it real slow,
Yeah,
like
goodbye,
goodbye
Marge.
to Jelashana.
Goodbye, Chalashana. Lisa Blake Rose. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Yvonne. Bye, Tamika. Bye, Carol. Bye, Groundhog Sam.
Bye, Fox Racing.
We're gonna have a whole new segment, 15 minutes saying goodbye to people. We can't do that. All right, we'll see you all. Well, we're not gonna see you all tomorrow, but pop up. But you gotta subscribe to YouTube. Pop up on YouTube tomorrow. Subscribe, Brad Show Live, and you will definitely see us popping up. And we'll obviously be back for a full 2-hour episode of Brad Show Live on Monday, but we'll be live on our pop-up tomorrow, but you got to be on YouTube to watch it. See you all tomorrow on YouTube. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.